The man on the TV keeps making strange faces. There's folks flying rockets to faraway places. The world's getting turned on by morons and racists, and it's all for the progress of man. There's a woman in Dallas, she goes by Dolores. She bought her a beach house out in the rainforest with money she picked up from her third divorce. All for the progress of man. It's all for the better, and the wind and the weather, and the ivory tusk and the alpaca sweaters. It's all for the truth and the big baby Ruth. And are you sure we're really all in this together? There's 68 tuna hanging out in the ocean. The earth doesn't spin if you don't feel the motion. We pop all our pills and we knock back our potions, all for the progress of man. It's all for the better, and the birds of a feather, and the hope and the dope and the sex all together. It's all for the stronger, the louder and the longer, and the thought that we still think we care. The peace in the east is calm and unraveled. There's rust on the tractors and dust in the saddle. We all make big money on Bitcoin and cattle, and it's all for the progress of man. Said it's all for the progress of man. You laughed and called me lucky for having you around. Then you stepped up to the bar and started swaying, and the boys all sang Ophelia as they drank another round. Oh, bye, 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 baby. The rain fell on the window as we watched the sailors dance, and you kissed my hand and said you were beside me. And I held on to the moment when I thought there was a chance. Oh, bye, 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 baby. Way out in the distance where the waters fade to blue, you used to say tomorrow was a foolish thing to do. And I thought I'd seen it all before, but nothing quite like you. Oh, bye, 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 baby. I'd read to you the letters that had blown in from the west, and we'd whisper of the dreams that we'd been saving. And you said you'd have it all, nothing more, nothing less. Oh, bye, 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 baby. Now there's an emptiness standing at the door, trying to take me back to the way I was before. I used to feel alone here, but it's not that way no more. Oh, bye, 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 baby. Now the drunks have turned to strangers, and the stars, they're out of tune. As I think about the one who might have saved me. And I know you're out there somewhere between the highway and the moon. Oh, bye, 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 baby. Oh, bye, 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 baby. I didn't really plan this out very well. Is there anything you might like to hear? Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, that's quite a few there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Believe me. I spent the first 2 years down on the beach, and nobody not only did they not know any of my songs, they didn't want to hear them if they did. And this place was the first place I got to play my own music, on this stage right here. And nobody had ever listened to me. And well, I'm grateful. It's as I get older to look back on. I still remember that, that 22-year-old kid walking in here and just like seeing the idea of being around music and people who made it and created it was like so thrilling and inspiring to me. And all these years later to kind of do it and to be friends with, look at the people on the walls. I'm like, I know all those people. I got to play with them for decades, and I just feel so lucky. But none of it would have happened if without Rex and without the old quarter here. And so it's very, very cool to get to come back home. And, thank y'all. All right. Having said that, I forgot about what y'all requested. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Yeah. This woman's in charge. If you just write it on a piece of paper and pass to her, she'll. Well, I'll do this one here. So when I was, before I came here, I was like 16 years old, and I told my mom I wanted to be a country singer. And she seemed surprised. She was always really supportive of my creativity and my dreams, but she just looked at me and she goes, "Do you sing?" Well, I do. I don't know if it's any good or not, but I love it, And she said, all right, well, I see 2 issues with this dream of yours. Okay, what are they? And she said, 1, you want to be a country singer, but you live in the Woodlands, Texas. And she said, what are you going to sing about? How they're out of hot towels at the country club? So I said, I'll solve that. I'll move to Bolivar for a few years. Rough out my smooth edges. And I said, what's the other issue? And she said, well, son, I don't know how to tell you this, but you don't have a butt. It's a weird thing to hear from your mom. I was blissfully ignorant to that fact. Up to that point. And about 6 weeks later, Beth Hunter verified it for me. She was a classmate in the 8th grade, and she said, you don't have a butt. I didn't even know that was a thing that women looked at or were interested in. I was really disappointed because I didn't think there was much I could do about it. But anyway, I said, Mom, what does that matter? Why do I need a butt to be a country singer? And she said, and this is the early 90s, and she said, well, son, those country singers these days, they're up there shaking it, and you don't have anything to shake. But I was undeterred. I had a dream, and I had the passion and dedication to chase it. And I started doing a lot of squats. And wearing extra pairs of underwear. And that song that I played earlier tonight called Chances Are, that song got a Grammy nomination for Country Song of the Year. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying I did get there. And I give this as kind of like a motivational speech because there may be some young, rear-end challenged, aspiring songwriter out there who has a dream and doesn't think they can do it. And I want to be able to testify that you can do it. You just work hard. You just work hard and do your thing and follow it, and you too can break that ass ceiling. After all these years of running around, all this flying high and falling down, well, I gotta get back to the way that I was. I'm gonna turn it around, darling, just because everybody's talking about the shape I'm in. They say, boy, you ain't no poet, just a drunk with a pen, over and over, again and again. Lord, they don't know about the places I've been. It gets hard out here. I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. The game was right, but the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear. It gets hard out here. Well, you know, I guess there must be something I'm missing. My mama told me I should have gone into easy listening. I joined up with this band cause I thought it was cool. Lord, I guess I should have just gone back to school. And oh, pretty darling, it's gonna be okay. You know, one of these days, I'm gonna take you away. She said, oh, sweet daddy, you're probably right. I think you might get lucky, but it won't be tonight. It gets hard out here. I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. The game was right, but the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear. It gets hard out here. I know it don't seem it. I said I'd try, but I never did mean it. And nobody's listening, so we might as well scream it. Oh God, we're all out of beer. It gets hard out here. All right, let's see. Got real quiet in here.
We're listening.
Oh no, I gratefully appreciate that. It just threw me. Let's see. We were at Green Hall last weekend, a big dance hall up in New Braunfels, and sort of the opposite type situation. So just adjusting. I saw you leaning on a memory with your back turned to the crowd in that little bar on Murphy where they play guitar too loud. And there were people drinking whiskey and there were hearts about to leave. It was cold as hell for Houston. It was almost New Year's Eve. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I could not wait forever, babe. I hope you understand. All the night was feeling lucky, so I asked you to dance. And the way you looked up at me made me think I had a chance. But when I put my arms around you, I knew you weren't giving in. And I hope it will be different if I pass this way again. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I could not wait forever, babe. I hope you understand. Well, I walked the road to get here with a guitar in a case. And I'd have stopped in Pasadena if I'd have known about this place. But you looked like forever where the water meets the shore. I've been thinking about you, baby. I can't do that anymore. I saw you leaning on a memory with your back turned to the crowd, and that little bar on Murphy where they play guitar too loud. And there were people drinking whiskey, and there were hearts about to leave. It was cold as hell for Houston. It was almost New Year's Eve. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I could not wait forever, babe. I hope you understand. Yeah, all the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I could not wait forever, babe. I hope you understand. Thank you, everybody. That's maybe the point of the night where I might usually walk off stage and hope he likes me enough to bring me back. But I never got the door code for the door there, and I'm gonna just avoid that embarrassment and stay up here for a few more, if that's all right. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like positive feedback, you know. What was Rex's favorite of mine? All right. I'm trying to think what that... He was so encouraging to me, you know. I'd never had anybody be a mentor or really give me a chance at all, and so yeah, it just meant the world. Like the Sister Morales used to come in. I remember watching my first show outside; it was sold out, and so I watched through the window the Sisters Morales show, and then afterwards he introduced me to him, and he said, the next time y'all come through, I want Hayes to open for you, and he got me that opening gig, and then the sisters took me down to Houston and to San Antonio, and Lisa ended up producing my first record, and that was all because of Rex. And I met Ray Wiley here, and he took me to Dallas and Austin, and then he took me on a tour with him and Slade Cleaves, and like literally everything that happened in my career started right here, and through Rex introduced me to those people. Well, I'll tell you, this was, I'll do a couple from back in those days. I can't remember which one's my favorite. I know there were a couple he didn't like.
Don't play those.
But he was just so supportive of my stuff. Rambling boy, you've been around Dallas to the underground, high above and down below, the places I was scared to go. You sang it loud in case they heard, hanging on to every word, gentle as a lullaby, with firecrackers in your eyes. And I would give anything for one more night to run, for one last song to sing. You weren't asking much at all, just catch you when you fall on your own, the long way home. And what's that sadness in your smile? Have you been crying all the while? Could you lean upon my shoulder? I guess you die or just get older. So what are we supposed to do? Just walk around forever blue? And all this hurry up and wait, was it chance or was it fate? I would give anything for one more night to run, for one last song to sing. You weren't asking much at all, just catch you when you fall on your own, the long way home. I don't even know if he liked that song. He probably didn't. He didn't like the sad shit. He liked the bawdy stuff. Let me see if I can remember this one. I think he liked this. This is on my first record. It's called Naked Checkers. Anything with nudity in it, I think he was like. Them forever. You told your mama, you told your pa, mama called the preacher, daddy called the law, but it's alright, it's alright. Everything gonna be okay. We just won't come home on Christmas or any other holiday. You say behave yourself, I say I'll try. You say don't go out tonight, I say why? It's okay, it's okay. Everything gonna be just fine. You can fall asleep in your bed, honey, I'll just toss and turn in mine. You're making money, honey, you're gonna be a star. I lie around all day and play guitar. It's okay, it's okay. Everything gonna be alright. I make breakfast every morning, sugar, sing you lullabies at night. Well, you like checkers, and I like chess. I like you naked, but you like to dress. It's okay, it's okay. Everything gonna be alright. Every Friday naked checkers, honey, and I bet you beat me every time. You told your mama, you told your pa, mama called the preacher, daddy called the law. It's alright, it's alright. Everything gonna be okay. We just won't come home on Christmas or any other holiday. We just won't come home on Christmas or any other holiday. Oh man, that's been forever. Okay. She seconded the proposal, so here we go. Yeah. All right. It's a little embarrassing because this starts I have 6 songs that start the same way. So I'm glad we've named it before I play. Sometimes I'll start playing one of those 6 and people will start cheering, and then I know they're going to be disappointed. There we go. Well, there's a wrong key there. I'm gonna downshift it. Well, there's a girl downtown with freckles on her nose, pencils in her pockets, and ketchup on her clothes. She's a real nice girl. She's pretty as a plate, and the boys call her Katie when they ask her on a date. And who knows, Katie, maybe you could be the one. Well, there's a boy outside, standing in the rain, hands are in his pockets. He's wondering why he came. He's a real nice boy. He's slower than the fall, and the girls call him Billy, if they're calling him at all. And who knows, Billy, maybe you could be the one. Oh, but hearts don't fly, words don't sing. Boys like you can't buy no ring. Love's not stuck, it just moves slow. You turn around a minute and away we go. Billy walked inside, he ordered up a drink. He started getting nervous and wondering what she'd think. She thought he looked nice, a little rough around the seams, but just the kind of boy who could listen to her dreams. And who knows, Katie, maybe he could be the one. Oh, well, they stepped outside, they took a little walk. Katie held his hand, and Billy even talked. They sat by the pond, they didn't make a sound. The night fell easy as the moon came down. And who knows, baby, maybe we could be the one. Oh, but hearts don't fly, words don't sing. Boys like you can't buy no ring. Love's not stuck, it just moves slow. You turn around a minute and away we go. Oh, there's a girl downtown with freckles on her nose, pencils in her pockets and ketchup on her clothes. She's a real nice girl. She's pretty as a plate, and the boys call her Katie when they ask her on a date. And who knows, Katie, maybe you could be the one. Ah, who knows, Katie, maybe you could be the one. Yeah, who knows, baby, maybe we could be the one. Oh, thank you, everybody. Well, okay, I mean, I'm going to at some point, and probably pretty soon, frankly, but I appreciate the, yeah. Again, I just keep going back to, like, I used to do these 4-hour shows, you know, and no one would clap when I finish a song, you know, so it's like, just every once in a while it hits me like, boy, that's how different. I'm truly grateful. I say this every night. I would do this every night, whether anybody showed up or not, and there were a lot of years where nobody did. But I found that it's a whole lot more fun when people show up. I want to thank y'all for spending your money to come out here and support the Old Quarter and Joel and everything it stands for. This is really special for me. Thank you, guys. Scarface in the corner, he's stumbling for a fight. It sure looks good in Galveston tonight. And I'm right in the middle of the riffraff, and the roughnecks are wasting time. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'd be mine. And Scarface used to tell me, well, gone are the fishing days. The Cajuns fish the redfish all the way. I got that dirty-haired woman, so she'll be here till the end, till the Cajuns stop dancing and the redfish are biting again. And Scarface in the corner, he's stumbling for a fight, and it sure looks good in Galveston tonight. And I'm right in the middle of the riffraff, and the roughnecks are wasting time. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'd be mine. And I used to tell myself I'd have done it all by now, but I got stuck in Galveston somehow. And she's twisting and she's turning and she won't leave me alone. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'd drive me home. And if I had me some sense, I'd be 5 years gone. Everyone I used to know, they just moved on. Yeah, but me and Mother Ocean, we stare into the night, and the ships are tied and there's not a soul in sight. And Scarface in the corner, he's stumbling for a fight, and it sure looks good in Galveston tonight. And I'm right in the middle of the riffraff, and the roughnecks are wasting time. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'd be mine. Yeah, the girl with the dirty hair said she'd be mine. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate y'all being here tonight. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Joel.